Hi, welcome Hershel everyone. Hershel was a weird man. First of all, he was a pacifist. He did not believe in violence. In his whole life, he hasn't even hurt a single fly. When he would see a spider in his house, he would take it outside and set it free. Hershel never broke anyone's heart, but everyone broke his. This is Hershel. Our man is a fast learner, brave, nutritionist, pacifist, deprived, anti-gun activist, and obese. He is a fitness instructor who's obese. Oh, and he will be facing insane population too. So let's get into it. First thing Hershel does is gets food. Some canned food and some chocolate and crackers. And don't ask me where he puts them. After that, he goes into the bathroom and grabs some bandages. Closes curtains too. He doesn't want anyone to see his naked beauty. Finds some books upstairs. After taking a look at his skills, he realizes that he sucks basically at everything. So he sat down and started educating himself. It was about time. Finds shoes in weird places. And finally decides to wear some clothes. He is ready to venture outside. But as soon as he steps his foot outside, he realizes the horror waiting for him. Zombies everywhere. It was crucial to find a watch, so Hershel had to check corpses for it. Without the watch, telling the time would be impossible. But unfortunately, no watch on this one. No luck. Hershel grew tired of playing cat and mouse, so he decided that the thick blanket of the forest would shake off the threat. But alas, he was wrong. They were simply everywhere. Hershel decided to hop the fence as a last resort and leave the medkit behind. As soon as he lands on his feet, his eyes fill with hope, for this place could be used as a safe house. Completely surrounded by tall wooden fences with just one entry point. But there was one problem. This place was infested with ghouls. So Hershel decided to guide the infected like a true messiah. Look at him go, a man at its peak. After what seemed hours of herding the sheep, there was still one left. Hershel found a lovely jacket on a corpse in the trailer, and came along treasure for bookworms. But Hershel was too dumb for any of it, so he ripped clothing off of the corpses and made sheets for the windows. TV was moved into his room and he was ready to call it a day. First thing in the morning, Hershel decided to indulge in hidden knowledge. After that, he munched on some chocolate and made a sheet from his old jacket. Later, he finally found a can opener. After stripping the trailer of its goodies, Hershel stole a radio and put it right next to his bed. It was Hershel's favorite TV show, Carpentry with Jeff Bezos, so he sat down and enjoyed it thoroughly. After the TV show, Hershel organized food and water on his desk. There were zombies piling up, so it was time to guide them out again. South side of the trailer was fully covered up. After what seemed like a long day of mental and physical labor, Hershel read himself to sleep. Next morning, Hershel started his day with a workout. He had a canned tuna as his post-workout meal. As he was resting, he realized that he needed resources to survive. A hammer and a saw was crucial. Hershel was located on this part of the town. There was a fire station nearby, so he decided to go there immediately. Once getting there, he found out that the area was completely overrun, so he did what he's best at. Going back, Hershel infiltrated the fire station through a window, closing it behind him. He immediately went upstairs to the armory, hoping to find some high-tier protective gear, but infected were waiting for him. Hershel ran inside but found even more of them. At this point, looting the lockers was impossible, so he ran downstairs hoping that he would find something useful. With the resistance, Hershel managed to get military boots. That was it. All this risk, and Hershel came back empty-handed. He sat down for hours, thinking what a failure he was. Survival required spilling blood, but he refused to do that. Lost in his thoughts, Hershel fell asleep. Distant rustling awoke Hershel from his slumber, but he soon realized that it was coming from the other side of the fence, so he ignored it and started working out. Typical Hershel. Testosterone affecting his mind, he decided that he would go to the neighborhood near the fire station. Finally, Hershel was able to tell time. At first, he tried to use stealth to roam the area, but it failed miserably. In anger, Hershel started screaming. He called every single infected in the area and was trying to get them out of the neighborhood to loot the area much easier. But it was never that easy. Life was complicated. Hershel was unable to shake off the threat. Once he found an opening, he tried to get into the small shed. He tried grabbing the axe, but it was too late. After miraculously escaping the encounter, he stumbled upon open garage, where he found one thing that he needed most, a saw. Now he was missing only a hammer. Hours of escaping the infected exhausted Hershel, so he decided to go into one of the houses. He took a nap with the infected next door. Waking up, he tried looting the place, but he found nothing of importance. Although he did find a stale cooked steak, which he enjoyed thoroughly. It was time to go back home, Hershel. You did enough. We're all proud of you. God, I almost got bit. Next couple of days was spent looking for a hammer. His plans were to barricade the trailer and the entrance to his lovely land. Oh, the plans Hershel had for this place. With unlimited supply of wood, he could build wonders, maybe build another pyramid here. God knows. He finally found it in this godforsaken place. It was time to go to work. Hershel completely barricaded his trailer, making it his own little fortress. He finally built a wall. With no entry points to his base, Hershel was safe. Or so he thought. The infected would knock down the walls every time Hershel built them. Garden of Eden, never meant to be. Without violence, surviving was becoming impossible. Hershel had to scavenge more food. Turning on sirens would gather the infected here, making the houses safe to loot. However, that was the end of the road for Hershel. In his last moments, he put everything valuable down, pointing a sign for next survivors. He no longer needed any of it. Hershel died trying to gather more supplies for other people. Till his last breath, he was still thinking of others. Oh, Hershel. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Today we learned a valuable lesson. There are certain situations where violence is key to success. So let's all go outside and